In this video, let me show you how to use your HP laptop. I'll cover all the basics. I'll show you what every buttons over here are doing, how to use the different ports, and also how to have access to the different settings available. Let's get started right away. To turn on your HP laptop, if it's not already on, you're gonna keep press this power button during 1 second. The display will turn on, you will have to log in, and this is the first page, the first display that you will see. Every time you want to turn off your laptop, don't use this power button. Click on the Windows button located on the taskbar down below. Select the power button, and here you can restart, shut down, put your laptop to sleep, or lock the screen. By clicking the lock option, it will bring you over here, and no one will be able to have access to your files and application. And enter the password once again. Press enter, and we are back. Next, let me show you how to use the touchpad of your laptop. There's many different gestures we can do to navigate through different menus and pages. A single tap on the trackpad will select an item on the screen as long as you're with the cursor over it. If you want to open anything, well, you have to double tap quickly on the trackpad. You don't have to press completely down to register. As long as you tapping quickly on it, it will count. You can also click and drag. For example, if I want to bring this file on the desktop, I'll go over it, I will click, I will keep my finger pressed on the trackpad, I will move where I want to drag, and then I will release. With the trackpad, you can also right click. Just as on a mouse, you have left click, right click. If you want to do this using the trackpad, you will have to press on the lower right side of the trackpad. So if I'm on the desktop here and I'm pressing on the lower right side, I'll right click and I'll have more options to choose from. If you do the right click on the top right corner of this trackpad, it will not work. Absolutely on the lower right side. You can scroll up and down by using 2 fingers on the trackpad. You don't have to press completely down as long as both fingers are touching the trackpad, and you go up and down. You can go up and down on the screen. This is called scrolling. You can also zoom in using the trackpad using 2 fingers, just like on your phone by doing this gesture, or you can do it with 2 fingers. For example, here, I can zoom in. Do the contrary to zoom out. If I'm zoom in and I want to navigate from side to side, again with 2 fingers, I can swipe right and left or up and down, depending where I want to go. If you have multiple windows open on your HP laptop and you want to see them all, as you see now, I have 3 of them, one on top of each other. It's a bit confusing. In that case, you're going to take 3 fingers and you're going to swipe upwards like this. And now I'll have access to all the windows that are open, and I can click on the one I want to go through. So just like that, I can swipe again using 3 fingers up, and I can switch to another window that was open. I can also switch between the different windows and apps that are open by, again, having 3 fingers on the trackpad, but this time I'm going to swipe left or right. Just like that, you see, I switch to another. And if you do it slowly, you'll be able to highlight exactly where you want to go. So let's say I want to go on Paint. Well, I'll move my 3 fingers until I have highlighted Paint. Again, with 3 fingers, I can move to the Microsoft Store. It's very easy to switch between apps using 3 fingers and swiping left and right. If you're in an app and you want to quickly search for a file, obviously you can go into the search bar here, but you can also tap with 3 fingers on the touch bar at the same time, like that. And this will open where you can type and see whatever results are coming up. If you tap with 4 fingers on the trackpad at the same time, you're going to open Notification Center on the right side. So it's a bit more complicated, but okay, let's say 4 fingers. Here you go. This is how it looks. Notification Center will appear. Tap again with 4 fingers and it will disappear. If you typed a text and you see that there is an error, it's underlined with a red color. In that case, go over the word that has an error, tap with 2 fingers on it, and you'll have different options to correct it. If you want to highlight a text, you can click at the beginning, keep your finger pressed and drag towards the right side to select it. If you just want to select a word, you can do this. Oops, sometimes it lags. Here we go. Now it works. If you have many apps opened and you want to go back to the desktop without having to close them all, take 3 fingers and drag down on the trackpad. Oops, sometimes it doesn't work. You have to start again. Here we go. I go instantly on the desktop by doing this drag down with 3 fingers. Even if I had 6 windows, 6 apps open, it's very easy to go back to my desktop. Now you can change a few different things on the trackpad by going in the menu, including some gestures. Let me show you how it is done. So over here, I will click on the Windows logo, and then I will select Settings. Then I will select Bluetooth and Devices, go down, select Touchpad. Over here, you can turn on and off the touchpad. You can also select the cursor speed. So when you move the finger on the touchpad, how fast does this cursor moves? And other settings like taps. If I click here, you see you can enable and disable certain gestures I showed you. Same thing with scroll. You can change a few different settings by selecting on the right side another option. If you go all the way down, you also have advanced gestures where you'll be able to edit even more of them. If your laptop is not connected to Wi-Fi, you can click on the lower right side where you see the Wi-Fi symbol. And if it's not present over here, click the small arrow and it should be there. Okay, click on the Wi-Fi symbol. Click on the arrow beside it on the window that just opened. And here you will be able to browse through the different networks available around you. Click on the one you want to connect, enter the password, and your laptop will be connected to the Wi-Fi. To adjust the volume of the speakers, click again, same spot down below where you see the speaker button, and you will be able to slide left and right. If you want to see all the files that are present on your laptop, you're going to click this yellow folder down below. It's the File Explorer. It shows you everything that is in the memory of your computer. On the left side, we have a few shortcuts to the most important locations. Every time you download something from the internet, it will go into the download folders. By clicking here, you can see I have downloaded these 4 different files. To delete a file, you're going to right click on it and you're going to select Delete. And it disappeared. If you have deleted a file by mistake and you want to put it back, you're going to go on the desktop where you see Recycle Bin, open it, and you're going to see all the documents, everything that you have deleted in the past. From here, to put back a document, you're going to right click on it and you're going to select Restore. To change the wallpaper of your laptop, you're going to right click anywhere on the desktop, select Personalize, Background, and here you're going to have a few different backgrounds that are already present that you can put. Or if you want to use one of your personal pictures, go over here, choose Photo, Browse Photo, and select the picture you want to use as a background. Now let me show you how to use the different buttons that are on the top of the keyboard and the different ports present on your HP laptop. The Escape button on the top left corner is used to cancel an action or close certain menus. Next, we have a question mark button. This button is to provide help. So if I tap on it, it will simply Google, it's a bit weird, how to get help on Windows 11. And it will give me some shortcuts on how to change the Windows 11 taskbar and other stuff. Next, we have F2 and F3. This is to control the brightness of the screen. So if I tap the F2 button with the smaller icon, the brightness goes down. I tap on the other one and the brightness goes up. You can also change the brightness on the display by clicking on your battery and moving this slider. Now for the F4 button and F5, if your laptop has a backlit keyboard, there's a good chance that these buttons will be able to control that feature. So just like brightness up and down, by tapping one of these buttons, the brightness of the backlight goes up or down. In my case, the F4 button has this logo. It is mainly used if you connect your HP laptop to an external display. By tapping this button, I can decide if I want to duplicate my screen, so to screen mirror my display on the external monitor, to extend it, or to simply use the second screen, my external monitor, and not use my HP laptop display anymore. This is again only used if you connect an external screen. If not, it's not useful. In my case, the F5 button is empty, so we will skip. F6 and F7 and F8 are all about the volume. This button is to mute any volume coming out of the speakers of the HP laptop, or if you have connected a Bluetooth headset, it will mute the sound. And every time I press on this button, there is an LED light telling me it is muted, and I can also see over here that the speaker changes accordingly. Then we have volume down. By tapping this, I'll lower the volume. Volume up, the volume goes up. You can change the volume by clicking the speaker if you prefer using what's on the display with this slider. If not, as you see, I can move it using these buttons. Then we have buttons to control a media player. So if you're watching YouTube or maybe you're listening music on Spotify, you can play, pause, skip to the next track or go back to the previous track using these buttons. F12, it has an airplane. Well, it's for airplane mode. Airplane mode turns off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So every time you see that it's highlighted in blue, well, you won't be connected to the internet. And if you have a Bluetooth headset, it will be disconnected. As soon as I remove it, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth turns on back again. Next, we have print screen. This takes a screenshot of your screen and you can paste it into Paint, Word, or an other app using Control V. So here I have a few options. I can even screen record if I want. I can use my mouse to select what I want to take as a screenshot. And here you go. It has been took. If I open Paint and I press Control and the letter V, I keep my finger pressed on Control, and then once on V, it will paste the screenshot. The delete key deletes selected files or text. For example, if I want to delete the screenshot I have pasted here, or could have been a document, by pressing delete, well, it goes away. The home button and end button are to go to the beginning of the page and the end of a page. Could have been a text page or a web page, just like here. Let me go in the middle. So as you see, I'm in the middle of this web page. If I tap on the home screen, it will bring me on the top. And if I press the end screen, it will bring me all the way to the bottom of this page. If you have a PDF file, this could be helpful to go all the way to the end without having to scroll during a minute by pressing the end or the home button. And finally, we have page up and page down. This is to simply go up and down on a page instead of using the scroll wheel to go up and down. I'll press page up to go up and page down to go down. A quick note, over here we have a number pad. If you want to use it and it doesn't work, every time you press, there's nothing that gets registered, press the number lock button and then it will work. If you press number lock, then it stops typing. Let me give you a quick tour of all the ports. Here we have the charging port. If you have one of the newest HP laptop, there's a good chance that it only charges using a USB Type-C port. This is a bit of an older model, therefore I have this charger. Every time I plug it in, there is a light telling me that it has been connected. This model also has two USB type A port on the left side that can be used for data transfer, or you can also charge devices. You can connect your phone using a USB cable if you want to charge. This over here is a USB dongle for my external mouse, and I connect it here. You can also connect drives to transfer files. If I go on the other side, this model also has an HDMI port to connect this laptop to an external display, to a TV, to a projector. And I also have a USB Type-C port that has the same usage, has the USB Type-A port on the other side. So I can plug a USB drive, I can connect my phone to it to charge my phone or other devices, etc. This HP laptop has a power light right over here, signifying that the laptop is turned on. If your power button is on the keyboard, you're going to have this light beside the symbol, okay, beside the power symbol. Next, we have a headphone jack. As you see, the headphone jack also can be used with a headset that has a mic. And finally, we have an SD card reader that reads SD memory cards from cameras and other devices. Some laptops will also have an Ethernet port that connects directly to your internet router with a cable if you don't want to use Wi-Fi. And again, if your laptop doesn't have any charging port like mine, it probably means that the USB Type-C port is used to charge it. So connect a USB Type-C to a charger and plug it over here. Last but not the least, on the top of the screen we have a webcam, and beside it an LED light. Every time this webcam is in use, this LED light will be turned on to tell you that it's actually recording or that is active waiting to record. To have access to all the different apps that you have downloaded that are installed on this computer, you're going to click the Windows logo, select Settings, select System, Storage, Installed Apps, and this is the list of everything that is installed currently. If you want to delete an app that is installed, you're going to click the three dots beside it and select Uninstall. Uninstall. And it will go away and save you some memory space. If you want to connect a Bluetooth headset to this computer or a Bluetooth mouse or any Bluetooth device actually, you're going to go on the lower right side and click on the Bluetooth logo. If it's not there, click on the arrow and here you go, it appeared. So you're going to click on this and select the first option, Add a Bluetooth device. Then click Add Device. And here, for everything I just showed, I told you, Bluetooth devices like mouse, keyboards, phones, controllers, headphones, you're going to select Bluetooth, the first option. Make sure your device is in pairing mode. It will appear over here. You simply have to click on it to connect. Thanks for watching. I hope my tutorial was helpful. If so, comment down below, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video.